let's do what we do. And let's surrender. And let's do what we do. And let's surrender.
You know the saddest thing about having to do YouTube videos like this? I can't use a Snapchat filter. You have to just take me as I am. Before I get into my first official book haul, like, I'm doing a haul. I'm doing a haul on my channel. Am I just Teresa?
Hello. Welcome back again.
Don't tell her I ripped off her style. Really shout out to her though for giving me the inspiration. She doesn't know, but she gave me the inspiration to do a haul. I want to give a really quick shout out. I just hit 600 subscribers. I've been on YouTube for a while. Back in the day, I was way more focused on reactions and stuff like that. I missed those times. Shout out to anybody in the Vampire Diaries fandom, because that is what this channel was built on. And you know, it was just a lot different for me back then. I'm essentially starting over on a YouTube channel after taking quite a bit of a hiatus twice. My fault, I understand, but you know, shout out to everyone that subbed recently and has actually been coming to watch the videos and leaving comments and liking, and I really do appreciate that. Shout out to everyone that's been a part of the whole Drop the Link Day squad. You guys are all awesome. I've connected with some really great creators that way. You know, I'm happy right now and stuff like that, and books, I've read them, so I want to talk about them. Before I do that, you already know what I'm going to tell you to do because I'm a YouTuber and we beg. Just go ahead and hit that subscribe button if you have not yet. Give this video a big old like if you don't mind, and drop a comment below. Let me know what you're reading. Just let me know what you're into in general if you do read. I talked about this in my book review, the very first book review I've ever done on this channel, the other day for Final Girls by Riley Sager. Once I get into a mode of a certain kind of book that I want to read, I'm kind of just like stuck on that for like a little while. So for the month of August, it's been thrillers / mysteries. It's not a bunch, not counting my Kindle books. There's actually another one that should be on here that I've read, and I don't know what I did with the book, so it might be buried in my closet somewhere. I'm not about to go through the struggle. Like, we're in quarantine, it's a pandemic. No matter what type of book you read, you should be reading, all right? I know I talk really fast sometimes, but that's just how I do it from the East Coast, and we talk fast. Now, first one. Little Fires Everywhere. I'm going to tell you, I'm going to be truthful about what made me pick this book up. I haven't read it yet. This is next on... If y'all hear some noise in the background, it's my cat. I'm so sorry. Like, he's just getting into stuff. Usually he's sleeping when I'm doing these videos, but he is wide awoke today. So if you hear noise, it's him. I'm going to be honest about what made me pick this book up. I saw that there was a new show called Little Fires Everywhere with Kerry Washington and Reese Witherspoon. You know, in recent years have done shows that I love. Reese Witherspoon was in Big Little Lies on HBO. I watched the first season, loved it. And Kerry Washington, of course, Scandal. Who doesn't love Scandal? So when I saw there was in a show together, I was like, I have to watch that. So I put that on my to watch list. It wasn't at the top because I have too many other things to get through first before I can even start that show. But then I found out it was a book, and I was like, I've got to get the book. So that's how I ended up with Little Fires Everywhere. I've heard nothing but rave reviews about this book, so I'm really excited to get into it. All right, so to give you a quick overview, because I'm not really sure myself. In Shaker Heights, a placid progressive suburb of Cleveland. Let's see how fast I can read this. Ready? I'm gonna time me and go. In Shaker Heights, a placid progressive... We're gonna do it again. In Shaker Heights, a placid progressive suburb... I cannot say suburb. In Shaker Heights, a placid, progressive suburb of Cleveland, everything is planned from the layout of the winding roads to the colors of the houses to successful lives its residents will go on to lead, and no one embodies the spirit more than Elena Richardson, whose guiding principle is playing by the rules. Enter Mia Warren, an enigmatic artist and single mother who arrives in an idyllic bubble with her teenage daughter Pearl in a disregard for the status quo that threatens to upend this carefully ordered community. Suspicious of Mia and her motives, Elena is determined to uncover the secrets of Mia's past, but her obsession will come at an unexpected and devastating cost. Now, next book, The Couple Next Door. I just finished this earlier this week actually, or depending on what week I actually upload this video, because I have a bad habit of filming videos and not uploading them for weeks. This author had already had a book by her. I had read another book, I think it was called Someone You Know, or A Stranger in a House. I read A Stranger in the House a couple months ago. Stranger in the House is another one that, is slow moving for me. For Stranger in the House, it just fell flat for me, but I believe in second chances. Her books are really not that long. I can get through these easily. I was like, let me just try again. She has quite a few mysteries and thrillers. She's a bestseller. She's doing something right somewhere, right? So let me try again. This one was much better because I was like, yo, who took the baby? I don't know who took the baby. Like, I couldn't because there were so many clues pointing in one direction, and there's a character. Okay, I'm getting ahead of myself, okay? There's the couple, right, that live next door to another couple. They go to a party at the first couple's house. This is literally just like on the back of the book. I'm not spoiling anything. They go to their neighbor's house for a dinner party. They go back to check on their baby because they left their baby alone because, like, pressure. The husband's like, let's just go. We don't ever go anywhere. The mom is like, I don't want to do that. I don't want to leave the baby alone. He's like, it's not alone. We were at right there. Like, it's like they're living row houses, like in Amsterdam, when it's like literally like the houses are next to each other like this, like shared wall. So he's like, we could just walk 2 steps, check on the baby. Now, I am not a mother. I don't know if this is standard practice. When I understand, I don't judge nobody. I understand completely. If you just need a break, you just need a break. And if you like, I'm just going next door, I have the baby monitor right here, I can walk 2 steps, check on the baby, that's fine. I can't say that I personally would do it. They decided to do it. I don't know. If you're a mother, you tell me if that's something that happens normally and is usually not a big deal, or if you just never would even do that, even if you're literally right next door. You know what I'm saying? Just because I'm not judging, because I don't know. I'm not a mom. And it was like a thing because the neighbor was like, no, I don't want any kids. But like, either if it's coming down to it's like this serious, either I'm bringing the baby or I'm not coming. If there's just no kids and I can't get a babysitter, then I'm just not coming. They're checking on the baby throughout the night. By 12 o'clock, they go to check on the baby. Baby's gone. Well, disappeared into night. We don't know what the fuck happened with the baby. It was just weird. So I had my initial thoughts about what the mystery was. This is where I got thrown off, is one of the characters was basically saying what I was saying. So I was like, well, if he's saying what I was saying, then that can't be it, because the character is not going to be saying what the twist is before they revealed the twist. But then there was a twist, and there was another twist, and then there was another twist. And I'm like, this is just a hot mess. It was better than Final Girls. I'll give it a solid 3.5, because there was still some things in there that you really have to suspend disbelief, or just like, can anybody really be this stupid to like do these types of things? When you find out the initial twist, you can just kind of like, man, I just want to start smacking people because it's all could have been prevented. It was all stupid. The motive was stupid. I can't get into it. Just read it yourself. Baby teeth. Okay, I'm actually really excited about this one. I have this thing. I'm a huge horror movie buff. I've done videos on horror movies on this channel before, a long time ago. There's this thing with like kids creep me out anyways. Like, creepy children, I think, kind of gets anybody. And there was this book I read last year called The Perfect Child that scarred me, I think, for life. Not even like for having a baby. Like, if you're thinking about adopting a child, don't read The Perfect Child, because Lord have mercy, this woman that wrote this book, I guess she used to work in social services, or she used to be a social worker of some kind and worked with children and placing them in homes or something like that. So the fact that a woman had that job and she wrote a book like The Perfect Child, I can't even talk about it. Like, that's a video on its own talking about that book. And that's one of the things I talked about in my last book review. Like, I cannot stand characters doing stupid things, stupid illogical things that nobody would ever do in real life for purpose of moving a plot forward, okay? And because there was a little girl involved with The Perfect Child, her adopted father and mother were just doing stupid shit left and freaking right when it came to how to handle this child. It was a lot. So I had put Baby Teeth on the list in because this is another one that had really good reviews and was kind of in that same realm, but this one was a little bit more of a hot topic. So this is another one about, except it's not adopted child, it's a biological child, and the biological child seems like she's just not getting along with the mother. So, and this is a young girl, so she's like, I'm not getting along with the mother. I'm going to do what I can to X her out the equation, so it's just me and daddy. That's basically the premise of this book, right? There is plenty like this. I'm not going to pretend like this is original. I just didn't care. I wanted to read it. Because if original or not, if it's going to engross me and have me like really in it and stuck, then I'm going to give it a chance. You know what I'm saying? Even though originality, of course, is nice. It's probably going to piss me off, honestly. I don't know why I keep doing this to myself, getting books I know are going to piss me off. but I do it. Next, I'm gonna get through the rest of these pretty quickly because I've been just rambling. I think it's because I'm dead ass tired. I've been out all day. And it's one of those things. Lock Every Door by Riley Sager. This is the same author that did Final Girls for my last book review. Like I said, that one did not really appease me all that well, but I heard the rest of his books were much better, and that this is one of the better ones. It's about an apartment sitter or something like that, and that's her job. She goes, when people go out of town, she goes to their apartments and she watches the apartment for them, and guessing, you can just read the title and guess how her latest venture into apartment sitting goes. Obviously, things are going to get effing wild and crazy. I'm sure people are going to get murdered, and there's going to be mystery and a twist. Who is it? All that good stuff that you can want in a thriller, right? So let's just make sure it delivers. It doesn't fall flat. Twists aren't lame and super predictable. Sharp Objects by Gillian Flynn. Gillian Flynn. I don't know. She spells it with a G. So it's got to be Gillian, right? Or else it would be just spelled with a J. This woman is a big part of the reason why I've gotten so into thrillers and mysteries, because all the books, I'm going to tell you what I used to read all the time, right? As a kid, I was really into like fantasy and stuff like that, like Harry Potter. I was obsessed with Harry Potter. I got older, I got into a lot of street literature. Like I was reading a lot of Kiwan and who's the other one? Nikki Turner. Thank you. Listen. Middle school, high school, I was reading so much of those types of books, and then like even like just black authors just in general. So I was reading Zane, Don't Tell My Mom, Eric Jerome Dickey, also like teen drama type of books like Gossip Girl, and like Lois Duncan. I love her. May she rest in peace. But she wrote some of my favorite thrillers that I read as a teenager. I became an adult. I was reading more Stephen King. I had kind of lost it with the thrillers after the Lois Duncan books and stuff. I read Gone Girl. A lot of people didn't like it. I loved the book. I thought the movie was cool too, but I really loved the book because it engaged me. Like, was it perfect? No. But I was really in it. I have another book of hers too called Dark Places. It was not as good as Gone Girl. It was another one that was slow moving. Gone Girl was not slow moving. It was like this. Dark Places, not so much. But once it got to like the twist of it and stuff like that, I didn't feel like mad about it. I was like, okay. I didn't feel like the character was being really stupid. So there was one more. She hasn't written many books either. She hasn't written a book in years. At least she hasn't released anything. I hope that comes to an end soon. I hope she comes out of her hiatus and starts writing again. But Sharp Objects, which is now a mini series on HBO, which I will watch after I read the book. But this is another murder mystery, of course. Avoided spoilers on the show, and I want to just dive into it. So hopefully this pays off. Behind Closed Doors is what I'm reading right now. It's another one about a couple with a very, very dark secret. It also starts at a dinner party like the couple next door. Except as far as I know, there ain't going to be any snatch babies. They don't have any children at the point that I'm in the book. They don't have any children. But they are like that presumably perfect couple. They invite their friends over, and like there's like weird things that the friends are noticing, like bars in the window, and it just seems too perfect, just too perfect. So they're like, there's something that they're hiding, and basically, as far as I can tell right now, the husband's a piece of shit. It's like, we'll see what happens with that and where exactly it goes. I'm pretty sure it's going to get crazy. The very last book that I have is not a thriller. It is a drama novel. I think that's what you would call it, or just general fiction. And that is A Little Life. Okay, look at this. It's much different than these other books. Those other ones are pretty fast reads. This one is 800 pages. This is definitely a full-length novel. So this will be the last one probably that I get into. This will probably be going more into what I'm going to be reading in the month of September. When I'm coming out of thrillers, I might be going more into drama in September and tearjerkers and stuff like that. I'll be honest, I did not know anything about this, but this book came out like 2015. The only reason I heard of it is because Paperback Dreams did like a half-hour video on it. I ended up watching the whole thing because it was so intriguing to see where she started from the beginning of this novel and to the hot mess puddle that she was at the end of it, because it was just so emotionally triggering for her. And apparently I looked into it, read some Goodreads reviews without the spoilers, and people just couldn't handle the emotion of this book because it's just like non-stop almost to the point of being manipulative, of trying to make you cry. I do cry easily, but I have not cried from a book in a long time. Like, I'm trying to think right now of the last book that made me cry. And I've had books make me cry in the past. It just hasn't happened for a long time. I'm not like looking to cry. Like, I'm not looking for like, you know, this form of self-harm. But I am looking for, you know, to get connected to a character. I haven't felt connected to a book character with these books that I've been reading, honestly. It's just been the story, not the characters. So if I'm actually going to get like connected to the characters, the point that I want best for them, so when the best does not happen, that it breaks me down, that'll be kind of an interesting dynamic for me, because it's been so long since that happened. I'll definitely let you know how this one goes for me. That is it for this book haul. I've already talked for way longer than I meant to, so I apologize for that. But like I said, let me know what you've been reading. If you've been reading anything at all, if you haven't been reading anything at all, what you've been watching. You know, it's all good. People have different ways of passing time during quarantine. If you're not quarantined during the pandemic, you know, just in general. I'll probably be done with this tomorrow, and then I'll go straight into, I don't know. You know what? Little Fires Everywhere is not a thriller. So I think I'm actually going to save Little Fires Everywhere, because it's not like I'm going to have time to watch the show right now anyway. I think I'm going to save Little Fires for right before A Little Life, because that goes more together, and these are all like mysteries and stuff like that. So I think I'm gonna do Behind Closed Doors, just like this. Behind Closed Doors, no, actually, just because it has door in the title. Literally, that's the only reason. So I'm gonna go Behind Closed Doors, Lock Every Door, The Couple Next Door. I already read that. Then I'm gonna do Baby Teeth. Then I'm gonna do Sharp Objects. But anyways, if you have any suggestions for me for what I should read next month, throw them at me. I'm done here. I'm going to bed. I'm tired. Thank you so much. Until next time. Bye-bye.
Nigga wanna spin it, doesn't mean he gon' get it. I simply walk up, they get to staring. I'm getting money, my diamonds glaring. Yeah, I am too damn fly. Look what